Okay, so here we are. We are live. This is going to be the last week of our grammar course, and what we're going to do is we're going to do adjectives at least for the first 3 days. It's possible that it might take the whole week, but what I would really like to do on the last day or maybe the day before is just do a review of a lot of different things that we've done, if you think about what we've done in 12 weeks. So we're going to start with adjectives. We might do a general review later on. Okay, adjectives. A strange part of English that people often get wrong. In some languages, adjectives come after the noun. So I'm thinking French, for instance, where someone might say, it was a film marvelous, when you really should say it was a marvelous film in English. And also there are lots of strange little parts to it that we're going to have a look at today. So what I want us to do is, I want us to have a look at this exercise that I've got first. And it might not look like a very difficult exercise to begin with, but I'm going to say that there's more to it than you think. Okay, there's more to it than you think. So first of all, what do adjectives do in English?
Describe the noun.
They describe nouns. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They describe nouns. So if you had to describe my jumper and be kind, how would you describe my jumper?
A fluffy one.
Fluffy. What's an interesting one? Fluffy. I don't think it's that fluffy.
Or a warm one.
A warm.
Or a good-looking one.
It's a good-looking one. Oh, thank you very much, George. That's nice. Yeah. What color is it?
Gray.
Bluish. It's bluish. It is blue.
Yeah.
Maybe you can't see it so much. It's blue. It is blue. Yeah. Okay. So fluffy, blue, bluish, gray, warm, good-looking. All of those are adjectives. So that's good. What did you say?
Soft.
Soft. It is very soft. Yeah, it is. It's a nice soft jumper. It's also quite new. Hasn't been worn many times, so it's quite new. Okay, so in this box, these are all adjectives. Are there any adjectives in that box that you don't know the meaning of?
Tremendous, maybe.
Tremendous. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not going to give anyone any definitions yet. What I want people to do instead is, I want you to look at this group of adjectives and just organize them. If someone said to you, Chari, are you there, Chari?
Yes, I am.
I want you to organize them into different boxes, and you have to choose what boxes they are. Say, for instance, I did this. Okay. Cat, house, dog, garden, window, camel. How would you split those?
Animals or house parts.
Yeah, animals or something to do with houses. Okay, I wanted to do exactly the same thing for this box. And I'll give you a clue right now that there are different ways. I've got 3 different ways in my mind, possibly 4 different ways that you can organize these. 3 that I definitely want to talk about now. One of them could be long and short. That's not what I want you to do. I know big. I know that seems, that's a short adjective, and enormous is a long adjective. It's more complicated than that. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes just to have a think, maybe write down on your paper how you think they could be organized. And then we'll have a look together. Okay, 2 minutes starts now. Okay, we've got about 1 minute left. Okay, 10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Chari, I asked you before, how would you organize this box of adjectives? What's the way that you would do it?
Adjectives of good things, maybe.
Yeah, okay, so let's make a table. Okay, that's good. So I'll just put as many as we can here. So good things, or should we put, okay, go on, good, yeah.
Good things. And quantity, maybe big, small.
Okay, size.
Size, yes.
Size, okay, yeah, okay.
Extreme.
Okay, that's next, Nishka, that's next. Okay, so I'm going to change this one to quality, okay?
Okay.
Quality.
Emotions.
Say that again.
Emotions.
Emotions, interesting. So, okay, emotions. I'm thinking fear.
Feelings. I was thinking to divide only for 2 groups.
2 groups,
not
that's
4.
interesting.
Feelings and sizes.
Feelings and sizes. Okay, but then where does bad go with that? Is that a feeling?
Yes, I feel bad. Yeah. I feel
Interesting.
bored.
I feel small.
I feel good.
Maybe opinion.
I'm fascinated.
Opinion's an interesting one. Okay, how about this? Okay, I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put these are the 4 topics.
Okay.
Quality, size, fear, and interest. So fear, you can have frightening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fascinated.
okay. No.
Oh, no.
Go in there.
It will
Frightening
be.
does.
It will be scary.
Terrifying.
Scary.
Scary.
Yeah.
Afraid.
Terrifying.
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 Goes in there. Okay. Yeah.
Afraid.
Yeah. Okay. So those are, well, let's wait a second. Okay. So those are all of the, in terms of the topic,
Fear.
those are the ones for fear. Okay. Now, in terms of quality, you've got tremendous is a good one. If something's tremendous, is it good or bad?
Good.
It's really good.
Good.
If something
Very good.
brilliant, what do you think about
Brilliant.
brilliant? Yeah, terrific.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Brilliant.
Wonderful can go in here as well. Yeah, wonderful. Anything else?
Enormous.
Fascinated.
No. How about this?
Dull.
Awful.
Oh,
Awful.
Awful. Yeah.
I'm very fascinated. Okay.
Terrible. Okay. Terrible can go there. Good.
no, terrible is bad.
Poor.
Yeah. Okay. So look,
Enormous.
good can go here. These ones are all about bad things, aren't they? What
Yeah.
about poor? Oh, that's poor. That's poor. This
Quality.
is poor. Yeah. Okay. Then we've got size. Okay. We've got huge, large,
Small.
yeah,
Small.
small,
Big.
big,
Tiny.
tiny.
Big. Tiny.
Got any more? I think that's it for that one, isn't it? Then we've got interest.
Okay.
Uninteresting.
Well, you're putting fascinated in interest.
Oh, fascinated can go in here. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Fascinated could go there. Dull.
dull? Yeah, dull.
Bold.
Nobody
Bored.
likes reading a dull book. Do
Bored.
they? Bored. It can go here as well. And I don't know why I put tiring in there, but we'll put tiring just in case. I don't know why. I think that one's on its own. It shouldn't be anywhere really, but tiring can go here. Okay. He's very tiring. Yeah. Any others? Have we got anything left? Enormous can go in this one.
Enormous go to size.
Size.
Limited.
Okay. I don't think we've got any left after that. Okay, so now we've got quality, size, fear, and interest. But we've got another way of dividing these. Okay, there's another way, and I'm going to make it a 2-box this time. And I think we heard from Neshka before. Okay. You've got extremes, and I'm going to do another box as well. Okay. Oops. Another box. Okay, so you've got normal and you've got extreme.
And then I think we have comparative and superlative.
Not yet. We haven't got any comparatives or superlatives yet, but we will do
Not in
soon,
the box.
later on. Okay, so, oops, wrong one. Let's have a look now at normal and extreme and stative and dynamic. Okay, now you will know these things, but you might not know the words for them. So a normal adjective, what I'm going to say for a normal adjective is that you just put in front of it very, or you can say extremely. Now I heard someone make this mistake before. They said very fascinated. No, you can't do that. You can say extremely fascinated. Sorry, you can say, oh yeah, you can, sorry, extremely fascinated. Extremely, absolutely fascinating. So extreme adjectives would have absolutely in front of them, or they might have totally or completely. Now, I'm not saying that this is 100% always this way. It's not always, okay? Sometimes some adjectives can go with multiple ones, and sometimes these words can go with, it just depends. Because as I've said before, English is weird and people are weird and they say things in different ways, but there's a good general rule. So you wouldn't say very tremendous. Okay, you'd say that is absolutely tremendous. You would say it's absolutely brilliant. You'd say it's absolutely terrific. You'd say it's absolutely wonderful. But you'd say it's very good. Have you ever heard anyone say that is absolutely good? No one says that. Okay. Bad also goes here. That's very bad. That's very good. Where do you think awful goes?
Very awful.
Very awful.
It's here. No.
Yeah.
No one says very awful. Terrible. No one says very terrible. But poor, yeah. Poor goes there. So let's just have a quick think about this and just try and explain it to ourselves. Why are we doing it like that? Well, we're doing it like that because some adjectives, and I always think of it as a train, okay? If you're on a train line, you're traveling along, tremendous and brilliant and terrific and wonderful and awful and terrible, they are the end of the train line. You drive along the train. Oh, there's poor. There's good. There's bad. Oh, I'm at the end of the line. Here's tremendous. At the end. Now, let me think of two other adjectives. How about pretty and beautiful? Which one seems more extreme? Pretty or beautiful?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. No one is very beautiful, but someone can be very pretty. Okay, very pretty, absolutely beautiful. Okay. With men, what's the word that you use to describe a man that looks nice?
Handsome.
Awesome.
Handsome, yeah. What do you think? Is it absolutely or very?
Gorgeous, handsome.
Well, let's stick with handsome now. What do you think? Is it very or is it absolutely?
Absolutely handsome.
No, it's not.
Very handsome.
Very handsome.
Very handsome. Gorgeous. Absolutely.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely. You can't be more than gorgeous. Gorgeous is the end. Nobody's face is nicer than gorgeous. That's the most it can be. That's the most handsome someone can be. Gorgeous. And gorgeous is the same for women as well. You can't be more than gorgeous. If someone describes you as gorgeous, that's a very good compliment. All right.
Can be incredibly gorgeous.
Incredibly. Yeah. Incredibly can go here.
Astonishing.
But incredibly can also go here. Astonishingly gorgeous. Yeah. Yeah. There are these adverbs here. That's what these are. Adverbs. Sometimes they can go in front of extremes and sometimes they can go in front of normal, but absolutely never goes in front of bad. It never goes in front of good. It only ever goes in front of adjectives of extreme. So what, go on.
Can I just ask a question?
Yes.
Yeah. How can we decide whether is normal
You
or
can't.
extreme?
That's a pure vocabulary question, Furkan. It's like saying,
We have to know.
I'm enjoying this soup. How can I describe it? Well, if you only know hot and cold, then you haven't got the vocabulary. So you need to have that. You need to learn this vocabulary, and you'll realize you get a sense that if it's an extreme one or not.
Okay.
When you learn it. So let's just do it now. Okay. So let's look at the size. Let's look. Oh, hello. Yeah. Who's that?
That's Roshni.
Roshni. Hi, Roshni.
Good morning.
Hi.
I want to ask, what about really wonderful or really? Where
Really
goes?
can go in front of both.
Okay.
Really good, really tremendous. It's more commonly in front of the normal adjectives though.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
Thank you.
size. Where does huge go? Think about huge. What does that mean to you?
Large.
Large.
Huge. Enormous.
Huge is here.
Very big.
Yeah, it's already very big, isn't it? In your mind, it's already very big.
Yeah.
So huge goes there. What about large?
Enormous.
Normal.
Normal.
Isn't it
Very
very
large.
large? Extra, think about the clothes, extra large. Yeah, you don't say extra huge. Yeah, small,
Normal.
Normal. Normal.
Normal.
Very small.
big,
Normal.
Normal.
tiny.
Extreme.
Extreme.
Extreme. Extreme.
That means very small, doesn't it? Tiny. Okay, enormous.
Extreme.
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 Doesn't it? Anyone got any other words for big?
Gigantic.
Giant, gigantic. Yeah.
Gigantic.
There's a word. I remember when I was a child, my nana told me off. Yeah, because I said the word ginormous. Ginormous, which is a combination of gigantic and enormous. And she said, there's no such word as ginormous. And she was right, there isn't. Okay, but people might say it. So extremes and normal. Okay, fear.
Fascinating also go extreme.
Well, let's do fear first. Frightening, where would frightening go?
Extremely frightening.
Extreme.
Extreme.
It's here. It's not. It's not. Even though,
Frightening.
think about it. Okay.
Frightened, normal, terrifying,
Well, let's wait.
extreme.
Even though you put the word extremely in front of it, what you're doing is you are making it an extreme adjective by putting the word extremely in front of it. You don't put the word extremely in front of things which are already extreme. You don't do it. Scary,
Normal,
it's normal. Extremely scary. very
terrifying,
scary.
terrifying,
Terrifying.
extreme.
It's here, isn't it? Terrifying's here. Okay. Terrifying can go in this box. Okay, that's good. Afraid.
Normal.
It's normal, isn't it?
Normal.
You don't say I was absolutely afraid. You say I was absolutely terrified. Yeah. Uninteresting. That's a weird one, isn't it? Uninteresting.
Mhm.
Normal.
Normal.
Normal, isn't it?
Probably
Really
normal.
uninteresting.
It was really uninteresting. Yeah. So we'll put that there. It's already quite bad on its own, uninteresting. Yeah, okay. Fascinating.
Extreme.
It's an extreme.
Extreme.
Yeah. Okay, that can go there. Fascinating. Extremely. Sorry, it was absolutely fascinating. Yeah. Dull.
No.
Normal.
Normal.
It's normal. Yeah, you're right. Dull goes here. Okay, we'll put this all into one box in a minute. Bored and tiring.
Normal.
Bored
No.
and
Normal.
normal. Okay, so this box of adjectives is able to be split many different ways. Okay, let's get stated and dynamic. Now, this is something which confuses people quite often. Okay, people often get confused by this one. Let me get rid of that. Okay. Okay, we'll move this box up here. Now, why is this confusing? I have to explain it to you. Verbs. I know we're talking about adjectives, but there are verbs involved here as well. So how many forms of verbs are there generally? There are 3 forms, aren't there? Yeah. No, that's not. That's a noun, isn't it? Remember, you've got the present, the past, and the past participle. Okay. Now, the past participle is sometimes the same as an adjective. Let me give you an example. So if we look at the word scare, that's a verb, isn't it? I scare my sister every day. What's the past of scare?
Scared.
Scared.
Easy.
Yeah, oh, not
Regular.
scared. Sorry, yeah, scared. And what's the past participle of scared?
Scared.
Scared.
Same, isn't it?
The same.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's a regular verb. Someone said there. It's a regular verb. So if it's a regular verb, that means that it's the same in the past and the past participle. Now, look at it in the sentence. I scare my sister every day. Okay. I scared my sister last night. Are you happy with that?
Yes.
No.
Well, why aren't you scared? Why aren't you happy with that? I mean, it's not very nice to do to your sister, but yeah, last night a timestamp, isn't it? So that says when it happened, that means that the past tense is fine.
Past. Yeah.
We're happy with that, aren't we? How about this? I have scared my sister many times in her life. It's not very nice, but it's okay, isn't it? Because
Grammatically correct.
it's grammatically okay, because it's many times in her life. There's no one time, there's no timestamp. It's just in all of her life. Is she still alive?
Yes, she is.
She's still alive. So it's from the moment she was born up to today. So that's the past participle, isn't it? So what about this one?
Passive.
Passive.
It's not the passive.
No, actually, it's not.
Yes,
not.
that's confusing. I know.
This is the thing. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the
You
dynamic.
scared. You scared. You scared.
Adjective.
For example, something can be scary, or you
Yeah.
I'm
can be
scared of.
scared.
I'm scared is
I'm
adjective.
scared of.
Okay. In this case, it's an adjective. Here, even though it's the same word, it's a verb. Here, it's an adjective. Okay. In the passive, okay, how about this? My sister was scared by me. My sister was scared by me last night.
Oh, my sister was scary last night.
Well, they're different things grammatically. Okay, my
Yeah.
sister was scared by me last night. That's the passive. That's a verb.
Yeah.
But here, she was scared. That's an adjective. Oh, I know what you're thinking. It's annoying. It's really annoying. It can cause problems sometimes for people in some sentences. But
Yeah.
the important thing to remember is that you've got a dynamic. That means the thing that does it. The film was scary. I was scared.
I am scared. Yeah.
Yeah. I get scared when I watch horror movies. Okay, now it's an adjective. I
In
was
our
scared by the film. Now it's a verb. It's the passive.
in
Go on.
our Skype group, we had a discussion about the depression. You know, there was a
Yeah.
case note about depressed.
Yeah.
The person was depressed, but we were about thinking it was passive or it was, you know,
Oh.
adjective or anything.
I keep thinking I'm going to sneeze, Baron. It's not that I'm not interested.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
understand.
Yeah. So that's a good idea. So the dynamic would be depressing.
Depressive maybe, Paul.
Well, depressive is a bit different. Okay. So it can be that, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. Depressive would be, you would describe a person as depressive because that means that they develop depression, but you wouldn't describe a film as depressive. You describe it as depressing or a situation. So my life is depressing. So how do I feel?
Depressed.
Depressed. Okay.
Depressed.
Now, can I be depressed by something? Yes. That
Yes.
film depressed me. Okay, I was depressed by that film. So you can do it.
Or I am depressed.
I am depressed. Yeah, so I am depressed. Just in general, I am depressed.
Not in passive.
I'm not talking about what depressed me. I'm just saying I am depressed. Okay, so let's have a look at these words. Where do you think frightening goes? In this one?
Dynamic.
Dynamic.
Yeah. What would the stative be?
Frightened.
Frightened.
Frightened. Okay. Now, what about uninteresting? Where would that go?
Uninterested. Dynamic.
Uninteresting.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel if something's uninteresting?
Uninterested.
Well, it's a strange one, actually. It's disinterested.
Oh,
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Yeah. People don't often say disinterested. They would say this one, wouldn't they? Bored.
God.
So
Yeah.
if you're bored, what does that make me?
Boring.
Boring. Oh, thanks very much. Okay.
Not really.
So boring, bored. Now, if it's terrific, there's no real way of doing it. It doesn't do it to anybody else, but terrifying does, doesn't it?
Terrifying. No.
So if the film is terrifying, how do you feel?
Terrified.
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 Okay. What about fascinated then?
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Yeah, the film is fascinating. And you are
Fascinated.
fascinated. Now, you can't do it with every one of these verbs. You can't do it with big, can you?
No.
Because that doesn't deal with feelings, does it? You can't say that is bigging and this is bigged.
They are just stative, I think. Big, small.
Yeah, it's just a stative adjective, isn't it? It is big, it is small. You're just saying what it is. You're not saying what it does. Are there any other in this box that you think it could be dynamic and stative? Tiring, yeah. Tiring can go there. If it's tiring, how do you feel?
Tired.
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 I'm tired.
Okay, so it's an interesting thing to know about English, that this can happen sometimes. And all of these can be used in the passive, and they can all be used as adjectives. I am tired, I am fascinated, I am terrified, I am bored, I am disinterested, I am frightened, I am depressed, I'm scared. I was scared by my sister, I was depressed by the movie, I was frightened by my brother, I was disinterested by the book.
The movie was scary.
The movie was scary, yeah. So
He was boring.
I was bored by the lesson. I was terrified by the book I was reading. I was fascinated by a bird. Okay, so it's interesting. There are lots of places where it crosses over, and you can see that it's also a verb and it's also an adjective. And you probably will make a few mistakes with that, but it's good to know that it's there. So you look at some adjectives like this box and you think, well, the first thing is let's sort them by topic. So we talked about quality, size, fear, and interest. And then you've got this idea of dynamic and stative. And then you've got this idea of normal and extreme adjectives as well. And then we also have the comparatives. Okay, so let's take this box again. Push this down here. And what we'll do is we'll get that into a little box. We'll introduce the concept now of comparatives. And then we'll look at that tomorrow as well. We've got loads to look at in terms of comparatives, because the conditionals, I think, were well received last week and very useful. We'll do the same with comparatives this week. So are we okay at the moment with these stative, dynamic, normal, extreme? Anyone got any questions about them? No? Okay, good. Let's have a look at comparatives then. And we'll introduce this now. And we'll build on it through the week, because there's loads of different ways of making comparatives. So when it comes to these adjectives, we need to think in terms of length. So can anyone tell me any short adjectives in that box?
Big.
Big. Yeah, big. Good.
Bigger, biggest.
Bad.
Bored. Bad. Yeah.
Bad, tiny,
Dull. Well, tiny's a bit weird, actually. Tiny's a bit weird. So I'm going to break this into 3 boxes. I'm going to put bad here. I'm going to put good underneath it. I'm going to put dull as well there. Afraid.
Small.
In fact, afraid is afraid is going to go a bit lower down. I'm going to put that there. Small can go here.
Small.
Large.
Large. Yeah.
bored,
Huge. Huge is a weird one, actually. I'm going to put that down into a separate box as well. Okay, so let's put those ones together. I'm going to put afraid here. Oops. I'm going to put tiny.
Tiny. Yeah, tiny.
I'm going to put afraid there. But afraid it is a bit strange. So I'm going to put that. I'm going to put a couple more here. I'm going to put ugly, new ones. And I'm going to put tidy as well. And then I'm going to put the other ones. Okay, oops. My typing today has been very poor and I must apologize. Terrifying can go here. Interesting can go here. Difficult can go here. And we'll also put wonderful, because I like to finish with a nice word. There's a difference between these words. Okay, I'll put this as, let's put those in gray. Let's put these ones in a nice yellow. And we'll put these ones in a sort of a nice green, I think. We'll put them into a pale green. There we go. Now, what changes as you go down?
Dynamic.
We say more difficult. The other one is
Okay. Yeah. It's syllables.
more syllables. Syllables.
Yeah. If you don't know what the word syllable is, the word syllable has got 3 syllables in it. Syllable. My name is Paul Craven. Paul Craven. Interesting. Interesting. Syllables are sections
Like
of
using
a
poems.
word. Say that again.
syllable.
Well, they're sound sections of a word. A new section. Difficult. Okay. Ugly. Bad. Chicken. Okay. How many syllables has the word camel got?
2.
Camel.
Okay. What about dinosaur?
Camel. Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
3.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur. What about unintelligible?
Unintelligible. 5.
Unintelligible. Unintelligible. 6. Yeah. So these are called syllables. When a word has got 1 syllable, It's just a basic comparative. Okay. Okay, so dull would be duller than. Small would be smaller than. Large would be larger than. Okay, so the thing to remember here is that these are comparatives and they always have than. Okay, comparatives have than. If you say dull than, that doesn't work. Just doesn't work, guys. Small than, no, doesn't work. It's got to be smaller than. The spelling is really similar to how we do the past tense. So we're not going to go into that too much. We just add ER on the end of something where there's a double consonant. Okay, where we've got here, we've got a vowel and then two, again, ER. But you might have another type where you say something like cool. Okay, double vowel. Okay, we just add that on. All right, but we might also have hot. What happens here? Single vowel, single consonant, hotter. Double consonant with the ER. Now, notice that I just missed out bad and good.
Yes.
Have you ever heard badder and gooder?
No, they are irregular.
No.
Yeah, exactly. They are irregular. So
Better, best.
Better.
what color shall we give them? We'll give them a little blue. That's nice. So good becomes worse than, doesn't it? Worse than. And good becomes
Better.
Better.
than.
Okay, good work. Now, tiny, ugly, and tidy. What letter do they end in?
Tiny.
I-E-R.
Y, don't they?
Tinier.
The omit Y.
Yeah.
Tinier
So
than.
you get a choice here. You get a choice. You could say it's tinier than, or you could say it's more tiny than. You could say my sister's uglier than yours, or you could say my sister's more ugly than yours.
I'll pull your sister.
My sister's actually a very, very lovely looking lady. She wouldn't be, I'm sure she wouldn't mind me using this example.
Yes,
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
My room is tidier than. My room is more tidy than. Now, you do get the option here, but there are some parts of English. There are times when some people would be more likely to use more tiny than instead of tinier than. I can't go through all of the possible exceptions for it, but there are some. Okay, so notice what happens. One syllable, two syllables. Shari, have you got a question?
Yes, I am curious about is it associated with vowel, count of vowel, number of vowel?
Not vowels. No, it's not about vowels. Vowels do have an interesting role to play when it comes with this, because I just said vowels have an interesting role to play when it comes to adjectives. Now, I've just used an example of what I'm trying to say, because if you think about it, where's the noun in this sentence? Vowels have it's role, isn't it?
Role, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've got the word interesting in front of it. Now, if I took the word out, what would happen?
Role.
It would change, wouldn't it?
Yes.
It would become a role. So when you put an adjective, what happens is the article changes according to the adjective. That is the role that vowels play in this, Jerry. But it doesn't play a role here at all, no.
Okay.
It's about syllables. That's what's interesting. Syllables. Afraid, terrifying, interesting, difficult, wonderful. Any adjective that's more than one syllable that doesn't end in Y becomes more. I'm more afraid than you. Okay. It's more terrifying than, this film is more terrifying than the other one. Paul is more interesting than Alan. Yeah. Alan's classes are more difficult than Paul's. Paul's classes are more wonderful than Alan's. Yeah. Okay. So this is what happens. This is how these comparatives work. Basically the 4 types. The superlatives, okay, are a bit different. Comparatives are saying this one and this one. Okay, which one's longer?
Ruler.
The green one.
The ruler. Yeah, the ruler is longer than the pen. It's easy, isn't it? But let's just say I've got, okay, I'll do a quick example with pens. Okay, here we go. Okay, so can you see those 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What can you tell me about those 3?
The middle one
The
is
yellow one is
taller than.
the smallest one.
Yeah, I think they're, yeah, this one's the smallest or the shortest. This one's the longest, and this one's in the middle. But this one is shorter than this one, and this one is longer than that one. Yeah, but this one's the longest. That's the superlative. The superlative is comparing all of these things in the world, or in a box, or in a house, all of those things inside that
Which is
small place.
greater than others.
It's more than all of the rest. So if I could say Titanic,
Is the
have I got this in the right box?
Is the most
is the best
famous.
movie.
Should it be in the one? Oh, it should be in the one underneath. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Is the best film ever. Yay. Yeah. Okay. I could say
Boris Johnson is the worst
Boris Johnson is the,
politician,
yeah,
Yeah.
is
Every
the worst
class.
prime
We
minister.
have,
which
we
I
have
have
to mention.
ever seen.
Yeah, we have had for many years.
He's
Yeah,
best, I think.
I think it's fair to say that he is the worst for a
Yeah,
long
definitely.
time. Yeah. Dull. Okay. The dullest color is gray. Would you agree with me?
No.
What about beige? Do you like beige? Beige, like a light brown. That's a dull color, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dull means like boring or not shiny. Dull. Okay. What's the smallest bird in the world? Anyone know?
Hummingbird.
Hummingbird.
Brilliant. Yeah. The smallest bird in the world, oops, is a hummingbird. Okay, so we can go all the way down. The largest. Okay.
Mountain.
The coolest. If we're talking about teachers at SET English, we know who that is. Yeah. No, we're not going to go into this one. I'll give this one to Alan. Okay. The tiniest. Yeah. Oh, come on. Let's not say it. Let's leave Alan alone. Come on. The tidiest. Yeah. The tidiest. Now we go into this area.
Why not most tiny?
Well, you could. That's the thing. With these ones, people choose sometimes.
Yeah. But sometimes we come across tiniest.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see it.
In articles.
Some people do it, sometimes they don't. So, for instance, the most tidy. The
Does
most
it change
tidy
from
room.
accent to accent?
Say that again.
Does it change from one accent to another accent?
From one accent to do you mean from the UK to America, for instance?
Yes. Yes. An example.
I don't know. I would be surprised. Okay. In America, I think that they would go for the easiest one. So the tiniest, the ugliest, the tidiest. Because Americans and Australians, they've got a very easy English. They choose the easiest way every time. So that's become normal there. In the UK, we've got this all of this history of doing things in formal ways and difficult ways. I think India probably shares that. Pakistan shares that with the UK, like a really old style of English. So yeah, it probably does change from place to place. But it's situations more. So I don't think I've ever said the most tidy room I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever said that. The tidiest room I've ever seen was in this house. I would probably say that. So there are times when it does work and times when it doesn't, but it's good to just learn the general rule with these adjectives ending in Y, that it could be any. All right. It's not completely wrong, but it just isn't used very often. And that takes us on to this. Okay. The most afraid. Okay. The most terrifying. Notice that I keep putting the.
Yes.
The most interesting. The most difficult. The most wonderful. Oh, I had the most wonderful time at your house the other day. Thank you so much. Yeah. So these are the comparatives and the superlatives. Okay. Are we happy with this? Anyone got any questions about this?
No.
Yeah, we're all right. Okay. So let's do some comparatives and some superlatives. Okay. So let's think of happy. Let's think of big. We'll do big as well. So we've got happy, we've got big, and let's do inspirational. Give me a sentence. Any sentence, just write in the chat box. Give me any sentence that you can think of that's got any of those words in. You can use the superlative, you can use a comparative, you can compare yourself or compare a moment, a speech, a film, a mountain, a dish, a cup, anything you like. Just give me a comparative or a superlative with that sentence. Oh, Yijit, I'm so happy. Okay. It's such a good lesson. I understand, Yijit. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, Sarah, this doesn't really work, does it? Okay. Tell me why this doesn't work. Okay, Chari, I like that one. Nobody in my life can be happier than me right now. I love it. But we're going to have a look at these. I want you to tell me, why are these not always correct? Okay. I am happier than my sister. This is a funny one as well. I like this one. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Oh, Roshni, interesting. I've never seen that film. You have to tell me about that. Okay, so what have we got? Okay, you're close there. You're close, Berin, but not perfect. Oh, interesting. Yes, Yafes. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at this. It is the happiest day of my life. Are we happy with that sentence? Is that good? Should I give it green? I think I should give that green.
Yeah.
Okay.
My sister is more happier than me.
No, more happy.
No.
More happy, yes. It
Happy.
can't be both. You either say more happy or happier. Okay. So more happy than me. Nobody in this life can be happier than me right now. Oh, that's a lovely sentence, isn't it? I'm so happy to hear that, Shari. Okay. The happiest period in life is childhood. Interesting. Now, does that need a capital C?
No.
No. No.
We don't need a capital C.
No.
Do we need a capital T?
Yes.
Yes.
The happiest period in life is childhood. I don't know whether that's true or not. I don't know if I agree with that. What do we think? Usha, do you agree with that? Is the happiest period in life childhood?
No, I don't agree.
Depends.
Yes, no responsibility.
Well, I like having responsibilities. I mean, sometimes I wake up on a Monday morning and I think, oh, I wish I was a child again. Maybe sometimes. But most of the time I think I'm really happy. I like the way things are going. But it's an interesting one. Lots of people say that, don't they? Okay, I am the most happiest person. What do we think about that?
To superlative, most and happiest.
Yeah, it can either be I am the most happy person, or
Yeah.
I am the
Happiest
happiest.
Happiest.
Yeah, so you can't do both. Okay, this is a funny one. Mr. Smith is happier than his wife. Oh, I feel sorry for Mrs. Smith. Okay, the most inspirational movie I have seen is The Pursuit of Happiness. Now, this would need capitals, wouldn't it?
Because
Yeah.
it's a film.
And I think also, doesn't it have a Y in it? Am I right or wrong? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it might have bad spelling, but yeah, it's a movie, isn't it? It's a title, The Pursuit of Happiness. Is that with Will Smith?
Yeah, Will Smith and his
Oh, I
son.
think I have seen it. Is he a struggling man with a family and he's trying to get an invention? And
Yeah,
okay, I think I've seen
With
it.
his
Yeah,
son.
I haven't seen the end. Is it a happy ending?
Yeah, it is. It's about the businessman.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And he tries to become successful and provide for his
successful.
family.
Yeah,
It
And
wouldn't be
it was
inspirational if it had a
really
sad ending. Go on, sorry.
definitely. It's not a sad ending.
Okay, good. Okay, and that one is what's
Is
missing?
that one is the
Yeah, and you say that one over there, or that's a weird
specific
one, isn't it? You
one.
say this
Yeah,
is,
that's right.
this is
Yeah.
the most unless it's over there on the shelf. That's the most interesting book, and you can do that. It's fine. But the important thing here is these comparatives and superlatives. And what we'll do tomorrow, we'll come back. We'll look at comparatives, different forms of comparatives. And we'll see how negatives can play a big role in it. Okay, good work, guys. Let's finish there. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, same time.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay, see you guys.
Thank you,
Bye bye.
Paul.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Paul. Bye bye.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye.